Hey, it's Voltaire Slapadelic once again, back with the Dojo. If you're wondering where I've been since my last video, took a bit of a mental health break in January. It's just something I like to do. Something I think it's important to do, whether you necessarily feel you need one or not. Slow down sometimes. Focus on the old noodle. It's a good thing. I've also been making music videos. I got a couple new ones on my own channel. Go check those out later on. Also moved to a new house. And, oh yeah, that's right. Spreading democracy. The American way. Through unforgivable atrocities. Helldivers 2, that's what I've been talking about, is a PvE sci-fi third-person shooter from Sony that became an instant hit and blew up way larger than I think even the developers expected. I played it a lot in the past month or so, and I have a number of thoughts on it. So let's start with the good. To me, it's a refreshing take on online gaming. It does away with the PvP altogether, focuses on teamwork and communication. It's honestly the most fun I've had with a multiplayer game in years. It's just a great way to hang out with my friends. Me personally, I don't really like playing with strangers as much, though here it's not as bad as it can be in other games. It's just that atmosphere of working together, people aren't at each other's throats. It's very conducive to more chill interactions when randos do jump in. Sessions with the friends always come with hella laughter, memorable moments, plenty of hold up, I gotta record that. You know, great moments built both from into the game as well as accidental chaos due to the mechanics or even the game's jankiness. More on that later. The premise of the game is great. Essentially, it's Starship Troopers. It even nails the satire of that film. It's worth watching the opening cutscene at least once. And just the little bits of voice acting, to me, they nail that tongue-in-cheek, that military kind of bravado. My friends and I all changed the voice acting to German for maximum effect. The gameplay, it's responsive, it's fun, it's addicting, and the leveling up, it is a bit grindy, though not ridiculously so. The different guns feel great to try out. I like how they shoot. I'm really impressed with how the haptic shoulder buttons on the controller differentiate the weapons by feel alone. The missions are cleverly designed. The areas are spread out in ways that encourage exploration and collaboration, and just a good reading of the map and compass. You're going to need all of that. I personally really enjoy the ICBM missions, the radio relays, and to a somewhat lesser extent the civilian rescue missions, for just the way that the multiplayer gameplay unfolds. These are the ones that, for my friends and I, seem to lead to the most epic and funny moments. Epic gamer moments even, you know? The 9 difficulty settings to me is a great idea. I don't know if I'm brave enough to try the highest difficulty, but the fact that there are so many varied levels goes a long way into, I think, personalizing how you are able to enjoy this game. To me, that's good accessibility, as are the actual accessibility settings. It's got all the stuff, it's got the subtitles, it's got all of the things you look for, including the aforementioned alternate languages. To keep it simple, accessibility gets a thumbs up for me for Helldivers 2. I also appreciate that it's only $40. That's cool. Thanks for doing that. There are some bad things about it. Not everything is great. There's no single player to speak of. I guess it doesn't really need single player, but it would be nice to have just like a single player mode, just here and there for leveling up when friends aren't around. Because right now the soloing any of the difficulties is either just not fun or next to impossible. And my only other really big gripe with the game is that despite charging money for the game, and I did just compliment them on keeping it, a budget price, but there's microtransactions. They're not like the worst microtransactions. They don't feel absolutely necessary. They're not pushed down your throat that much, but it just doesn't sit right with me that they're there at all in a game that isn't free. And there's still quite a lot of bugs. And I don't just mean the Terminids.
I can see you.
I threw the rover. I threw you.
You threw the reinforcement.
Oh my god, look at the bugs on me.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, hold on. I think I don't.
I'm getting melee kills.
Let me get into the map.
I'm getting melee kills. I'm getting melee kills.
Hold on.
Oh, I got killed by environment. Oh my god, I'm in the hole.
Bugs can be really funny, but not when they lead to performance issues. Multiple times the game has crashed so hard that I've had to force shut my PlayStation off by holding the power button down for several seconds. Many times I've frozen mid-mission or been booted back to my ship unexpectedly. They seem to have fixed some of the issues, like the loadout settings going back to default, but these larger bugs remain. And I don't just mean the chargers. So stupid. And speaking of the bugs, the robots. This is a recent and specific gripe that likely doubles as a hot take. The robots are kind of overpowered since the re-invasion. It seems that the devs were caught off guard by how quickly players liberated the automaton planets and overcompensated somewhat, in my opinion. At least it seems that way. Are there more fire tornadoes? Are there more bullet spongy robots? Or have I just gotten soft in their absence? Let me know in the comments. I mean, it's fine to do that, except they just haven't fixed all the glitches. They're more focused on making sure the game is consistently difficult, that they're distracted from making sure the game is consistently playable. Because right now, even on the bot planets, you're still going to be fighting the bugs. Got 'em. Look, overall, I say this is a good game. Would I recommend buying it? Mostly. If you have a group of friends to play with, definitely. Even for someone like me who doesn't really get into multiplayer games, it's a great time with friends. But as for playing with randoms, that's just not as much for me. It's a budget first-party game that works inconsistently, that struggles with balancing, but has a great gameplay loop and a large active community and a fun atmosphere for online gaming. So I guess you just got to add all that up and see if it's worth it to you. As for a number score, how about 17? 17 out of what? You decide. Let me know in the comments below. So I need to make a quick interjection. This review has been pretty difficult to make because the news about this game just comes quick and keeps on coming. In the past few days, Sony tried to force all of the Steam Helldivers players to make PSN accounts. That caused obviously a lot of backlash. A lot of people don't want to sign in on PSN. They have already been playing for months. There's a lot of countries that don't have access to the PlayStation Network. There's some areas that required you to buy a console to join it. Sony's initial response, because Arrowhead, the developers, have always been against this pretty vocally. Sony's initial response was to delist Helldivers in countries that didn't have the PlayStation Network, which is pretty tone deaf, pretty bad move in my opinion. After even more backlash, just this morning they finally completely reversed course, released a tweet saying, oh, we didn't realize that would have been seen as a bad thing to do. We're still learning how to make video games on PC or whatever. We've never seen a computer before, or, you know, please forgive us, you know. And so there's all that. That's the power of complaining about stuff on the internet, honestly. If it wasn't for a lot of pushback from fans and some courage from the developers, then they probably would have just gone forward and let it all blow over. So I just wanted to mention that. So what's your opinion of it? Say that in the comments below. I'm Voltaire Slapadelic. I'm going to continue to be Voltaire Slapadelic for the foreseeable future. Make sure you go and watch some of my music videos on my own channel, Slapadelic Music. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like and subscribe button with the hell bomb, and look out for more videos on the Seoul Dojo.